There's a lot of noise happening around Pride Month with companies jumping in with campaigns and speaking about inclusion. As a gay man, what are your thoughts when you see businesses celebrating Pride?
Well, it is problematic at times, and I think, but it's also part of some of the solutions uh, from a point of view of society, from a point of view of careers for people, etc. But I think what gets lost uh, in the way Pride gets celebrated by a large number of corporations. I'm generalizing. I'm not saying that all corporations aren't genuine or authentic about how they go about it or what work they've done internally in an organization.
Mhm.
But by and large, there is a sense that corporations don't know Pride, and and I would take it a little further beyond corporations. I think even press doesn't understand Pride, as a result of which no one checks or sort of questions what is uh, the International Pride Month all about.
Hmm, hmm,
So at times it feels a little like appropriation, and I'll explain why.
hmm,
You know, Pride has a history of the Stonewall riots, which goes back to early 1970s.
hmm,
It, and in the Indian context, some of us believe that one such example, uh, in the Indian context, that is, was in Lucknow in
hmm,
2001, when a
hmm,
large number of people from our community, trans, gay, etc., were picked up by the police,
hmm,
dumped into jail for 40 plus days. People were
hmm,
beaten up in jail.
hmm,
This sort of situation happens sporadically in different parts of the country. This happens in homes. There is still conversion therapy which takes place. There is people who have compelled and forced into heterosexual marriages
hmm,
when that's not their choice, and that's not how they are inclined sexually. Um, there are people who face hate in colleges, in schools, in universities, etc. There's bullying of all kinds. There's harassment by law enforcers. And let's put it very plainly, uh, there is a lack of understanding either, I mean, both of the Nalsa judgment, which is 2014 on trans
hmm,
genders,
hmm, hmm,
or on 377, which has to do with homosexuals.
hmm,
First, the imagination that we are free
hmm,
is highly misplaced. We don't have a number of civil rights. We don't have, and it's not limited only to same-sex marriage or anything like that. It's a vast space. So now, when someone is wanting to celebrate this,
hmm,
our lives, how much do they know about our lives? Do they
hmm,
know what it is to even stand up today and speak,
hmm, hmm,
uh, walk down on a pride march? Do they know the mental health issues that individuals go through? Do
hmm,
they know what it is to go through transition?
hmm,
When you are not, when you believe and you strongly know that the assigned gender is not the gender you or sexuality that you identify with.
hmm, hmm,
Um, do they know what it is when you want to wear makeup, put nail paint, and what it is to walk in society in different places?
hmm, hmm,
So when you're celebrating something, uh, it's sort of almost an appropriation for the simple reason it's almost like a rape victim. Shouldn't the rape victim speak for oneself?
hmm,
Yes, you can have others who join the chorus, right?
hmm,
So I think what I've seen quite often happen is corporations try to take the lead without having lived that experience.
hmm,
They take the mic away, and then
hmm,
it's almost like cinema to a great extent, where you want to sugarcoat things when you want to appear that you really care, but you really don't know enough to be empathetic or to care.
hmm, hmm,
So that I think becomes a huge problem in sections of the community. It's called homo capitalism.
hmm,
It's called, the word appropriation is also used, because we need to speak for ourselves, and we do, and we
hmm,
want to. And we know our journeys. We know why we walk down the streets at Pride
Hmm.
across different parts of the country, different times of the year.
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
we know why we wear what we wear and what we say and what language we
Hmm.
use. So I think that needs to be addressed very uh, specifically by most corporations to understand pride